I've been getting a lot of comments on my TikToks about people feeling lost, even decades after leaving a religious cult. And I just wanted to create this video that talks about the steps that I use to build a new identity after religious cult abuse. Initially, I'd called it rebuilding an identity, but I realized that many of us haven't built an identity at all. So it's the first time. So my name's Helena Lucia. I started a business called Sisu Journey. Sisu is a Finnish word that means resilience in the face of extreme adversity. And that's kind of my way of taking back some of my heritage after suffering with religious cult abuse through Lestadian Church that came out of Finland, Sweden, and Norway. I help survivors of religious cult abuse come home to themselves so that they can intentionally dismantle the invisible prisons that were given to them without their consent and design the life of their wildest dreams. Number one way that I built my new identity was to replace shame with self-compassion. And really what this means is eradicating the idea that we're created of original sin and replacing that with the idea that we are divine in nature. Now, I will say that this took me a really long time to actually internalize and believe. So if it seems bizarre to you, just think about entertaining the possibility that it might be true. Number two, go back for your inner child. Now that you know that you're not bad, go back to scenes in your childhood when your inner child did not know that. And in those scenes, energetically, you can go back in and provide that piece of yourself that really needed love, that needed to be seen, that needed to be validated with that love, with that compassion, with that validation. Number three, learn how to reprogram your subconscious. It's believed that our subconscious minds have been mostly programmed by about age 6 or 7. And if we were raised with religious cult abuse, that fear, shame, guilt, and self loathing that was programmed into you is affecting the story of what your conscious mind gets to see today. Anything that does not go along with that story is filtered out, and any inputs that are validated in that story are pushed through to your mind. So it's really important to learn the tools how to reprogram your subconscious. The specific tools are beyond the scope of this video, but please do reach out if you need help and support with this. Number four, learn how to honor your body and your nervous system. Your nervous system is your early detection warning system of all things safety. And all of the systems in your body rely on your nervous system. Your blood flow to your brain, your hormones, your neurotransmitters, those rely on your nervous system knowing that it's safe and socially engaged. And chances are likely, if you were raised in a religious cult, that you are way outside of your window of tolerance most of the day, which allows you not to be connected to creativity, possibility, and higher order thinking that you need to rebuild your identity. So it's very important to learn how to respect the messages of the body. If they don't make sense, just start writing them down without making a story about them and start learning and navigating the landscape of your nervous system and bringing it to safety. And number five is find support and community. There's so many online support groups, Facebook groups that have to do with probably your cult of origin, other people who have left. Start talking to those people, but also be mindful that they're all on some part of their healing journey. And so those interactions and discussions, while they can be validating, can sometimes also be very unhealthy. So it's really important to also get support from a trained trauma-informed therapist and or a trained trauma-informed coach who can help support you through this transition, through processing the trauma of your past and through rebuilding the identity that you're moving into, the intentionally creating the life that you deserve instead of the one that was given to you without your consent. I hope that helps. Please do reach out for any questions or support. SisuJourney.com.